Hi friend, thanks for joining me for this practice focused on hips and shoulders. For today's practice, you'll want to have a couple of blocks or books if you don't have blocks, and a strap. And if you don't have a strap, you could use a belt or a scarf. So once you've grabbed those props and have them nearby, come to lie down on your back body to begin. Find what's known as constructive rest pose with your knees bent and your feet planted. Head rests in center, chin slightly tucked so that the back of your neck stays nice and long. Feet are about hip distance apart with knees shining up towards the sky, or you could walk your feet a little bit wider and let your knees knock in towards each other. Bring your hands to rest on your abdomen, either both hands over your belly or one hand on your belly and one hand over your ribs, whatever feels most supportive for you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. Again, deep inhale, complete exhale. A couple more just like that. Use the exhales to let go of your day and anything that you just don't need for the next little bit as you dive into your practice and get more connected to your body, dropping out of your head and down into your heart. Use the exhales to melt away any tension that you might feel in your physical body or in your mind or around your heart. Just let yourself settle here, taking these first several moments and breaths to settle in and collect yourself here. You might like to let your eyes softly close. And once those cleansing breaths feel complete for you, go ahead and softly close your mouth to take the breath in and out through your nose. Feel all the parts of your body that are in contact with your mat. And notice the parts of your body open to the space around you. You might even feel for the temperature or the texture of the air against any of your bare skin. Notice the sounds inside and outside the space that you're in. Notice any sensations in your body. Maybe some buzzing or tingling, pulsing. Perhaps you can sense the rhythm of your heart. Let your bones get a little heavier and soften what you can here. The space between your eyebrows, your jaw, neck and shoulders, hands. Draw your attention to your breath, and without doing anything special to it, simply notice where you feel the breath moving the most distinctly. So maybe that's in the rise and fall of your belly, or maybe you sense the breath moving through your nostrils. Follow the pathway of your breath. Follow the pathway of your inhale all the way to the top of the breath. And follow the pathway of your exhale right down to the bottom. Find empty. And together we'll find a 4-count inhale and a 4-count exhale. Breathing through your nose if that's available. Find empty lungs. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale, fill your belly, your ribs, your chest. Exhale, empty chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, filling up. 3, 4. Exhale, find empty. 3 and 4. Continue on your own. Just a few more rounds here. If your mind wanders off, just really gently, without any judgment, draw your attention back to your breath. Inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Feel the breath moving under your hands. Feel your hands rise and slightly separate as you inhale. And as you exhale, hands lower and come back towards each other. Take one more complete round here. And let go of the counting of your breath. And bring your hands now up to rest over your heart. And take this moment to set an intention for your practice if you wish. So planting that seed of intention, purpose, or focus. What is it that you need or you wish to cultivate with this time that you've set aside for your practice? And now offer yourself a nice big stretch. You can start to blink your eyes open, interlace your hands, reach your arms up overhead, stretch your legs out nice and long. Take a big breath in and let it go. Try that one more time. Inhale and release. Step your feet onto the mat. Reach your arms down to either hold around your knees or your shins and just gently start to rock side to side here. Give your low back and the back of your pelvis a little massage. And then start to circle your knees. So you could circle your knees as one unit, or you might draw your knees really wide and then circle them back in towards the midline of your body. You choose whichever one feels most nourishing for you. It's a nice way to start to lubricate the hips and also move the shoulders a little bit here too. Try the opposite direction. Find that lovely deep breath. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. And really take that breath with you through the whole practice. And draw your legs back towards each other. Extend your legs and your arms up towards the sky. And make some circles with your wrists and your ankles here. The elbows and knees can remain quite soft. And here, just inviting some synovial fluid, some lubrication into the wrists and the ankle joints. Circle the opposite way as well. And hug your knees back in. Plant your feet. Step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And bring your arms out in a T-shaped position at shoulder height, palms face up. If you don't have room for T-shaped arms, try cactus shape, so bend the elbows. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, let your knees fall towards the right. And then inhale, guide the knees back up through center. And exhale, knees fall towards the left. That's it, really simple little flow here. Inhale, knees up through center. Exhale, knees fall to one side. Inhale up through center. And exhale the other way. You could add a little head turn here if that feels good for your neck today. As knees fall, you could look over the opposite arm. Inhale, knees and head come back up through center. Exhale into this gentle twist. Try a few more. Perhaps close your eyes here. See if you can find that really sweet spot where your breath is guiding you into the movement. So the mind follows the breath, and the breath moves the body. And the next time your knees fall towards the left, that'll be the last time in this little sequence. And inhale brings you back up through center. And exhale, draw your knees in for a little hug. And keep your right knee gathered in. Step your left foot to the mat. So interlace around the knee or the shin or the back of the thigh, whatever works for you. Really hug that knee in. And see here if there might be an invitation to extend the other leg long on your mat. And if you do choose to extend that bottom leg, really press out through the heel. Draw the toes back towards your shin bone. Press the back of the thigh down into the earth as you draw your right knee in towards you. So you might be drawing the knee straight in towards your collarbone, or you might be drawing it out to the side a little bit. It just depends on the orientation of your hips. It doesn't matter which one you choose, just choose the one that feels workable. See if you can relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Keep kicking out through that left heel as you draw right knee in. Take 3 more nice big breaths here. Breathe your belly up in towards your thigh. We're offering some massage for digestive organs here as well. Last big breath here. Interlace your hands now around the back of the thigh and extend the heel up towards the sky. And then bend the heel back in and re-extend. And try that a couple more times, just feeling into the back of the leg, the hamstring muscles. We'll see what's there for you today. The next time you extend that right heel up towards the sky, keep the leg lifted. Leg does not have to be straight here. You might have a significant bend in the knee. That's just fine, but keep the foot really active and press the back of your thigh into your hands actively here. So your arms start to straighten, really stretch the heel up towards the sky. Give that calf a nice stretch as well. Take one more big breath here. And then release. Pop that foot down to the mat. Step your other foot back onto the mat. Draw both knees in for a little hug. You could take a little rock or circle your knees out, whatever feels good to release and reset. And then we'll try the other side. So pop the right foot onto the mat. Interlace your hands around your left knee to draw it in. And then see if maybe there's an invitation to extend that bottom leg, the right leg. Okay, only if that doesn't cause discomfort through your low back or the back of your pelvis. And if you are extending the leg, really shoot the heel forward. It's like this extended leg is a standing leg. So you're pressing forward through the heel, draw the toes back towards your shin bone. Really keep that outer right hip wrapping down so the hips stay grounded here and level. And draw your left knee in. Breathe your belly towards your thigh. Find a lot of expansion there across the belly. And this cue is as much as me as for anyone. See if you can relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Really soft through the upper body. Active legs. Bring your hands to interlace behind your left thigh now and start to extend left heel up towards the sky and then bend the leg, extend and bend. Once more, extend and bend. Now extend the leg and keep it extended here. Both legs now super active, pressing out through both heels. And drive the back of your left thigh towards your hands. Really, really active through the legs. 2 more nice big breaths here. Give that left calf a nice stretch by reaching the toes towards your shin bone. Last breath. Bend the left knee, plant both feet. Bring your arms out into that T-shaped position again. Walk your feet a little wider than your hips and let your knees rock side to side a few times to release. Transition up to hands and knees from here. You can roll over to one side. Bring your top hand down to press yourself up. And make your way onto hands and knees. To find a wide-legged child's pose, big toes come towards each other, knees are as wide or wider than the hips. And reach your arms forward, bring your forehead to rest down on your mat. Sink your hips back towards your heels as you reach forward through your fingertips. Lengthen through the front and back of your spine, lengthen your waist. We'll take this into a side body lengthener. Start to walk yourself over towards the right, keeping your hips heavy towards your heels as you do this. And rest your forehead back down on your mat or onto a prop if it doesn't quite reach. Really, really lengthening here through the left side of your waist, your ribs, your spine. And gently, slowly walk hands back through center and over to the other side. Again, hips stay heavy towards heels. Really tack that right hip back towards your right heel as you stretch out through your fingertips. And breathe deeply here into the side of your body that's being stretched and lengthened. Come on back through center. Take one more breath here in center. And now pull yourself up to hands and knees. Find a tabletop position. Try tucking your toes under here, so start to wake up the back line of your feet, toes, arches, ankles. Wrist creases are about parallel with the short edge of your mat here. Fingers spread nice and wide, shoulders stacked over wrists. As you inhale, lift your sitting bones, drop your belly, draw your heart forward for cow belly breath. And then exhale, round through your spine, tuck your tail, chin towards chest. Inhale, start to lift your tailbone, sitting bones. Draw your heart forward, maybe look up, even stretching the eyeballs here. And then exhale, round through your spine. Scoop your belly, press chin to chest. And a couple more times. Just following your breath here. Enjoy this lovely movement for your spine. Really work to articulate your spine as much as you can. Last one. And come on back to a neutral tabletop position. From here, step your left foot forward. So coming into a lunge, you might need to scoot your back knee back a little bit so you can find a right angle here, knee stacked over ankle. And here's where if you have blocks or books, you could use them. If the floor feels a little bit too far away, you can pop your hands up onto blocks. And we'll just hang out here for a few breaths, starting to open up, wake up the hips a little bit. Legs are quite active here. Wrap your outer left hip back, right hip forward, and scissor your legs towards each other. That'll lift your pelvis a little bit. Take 2 more breaths here. Maybe look forward, lengthen your spine. And the next time you exhale, start to shift your hips back. Lengthen that front left leg. And inhale carries you back into the lunge. And exhale, shift your hips back. Wrap your outer left hip back. Draw those toes towards the sky, standing on your heel. Inhale, come forward to the lunge. Exhale to stretch the leg. One more time like that. Now staying here in this hamstring stretch, walk your hands, whether you've got blocks or not, you can take them with you. Walk your hands right under your shoulders, or maybe you're tenting your fingertips on the mat. That's a great option too. Work your shoulders back away from your ears. Lengthen your spine. And as you wrap your outer left hip back, reach your heart out over your left big toe. Breathe deeply. 2 more. Inhale carries you into the lunge. Walk your hands forward. Pop the blocks or books out of the way. Bring your hands down and step that leg back. So your choice here, you could come into a child's pose, untuck your toes, resting hips towards heels, or maybe you want to take a few of those cat-cow to release, or some other movement here, just to release and reset before we come into the other side. And when you're ready, step your right foot forward, finding that lunge, low lunge position. Maybe work the back knee back an inch or 2 to find that right angle So right knee stacked over right ankle, perhaps propping hands onto books or blocks here. So you can really lengthen your spine, draw your shoulders back. I'm a little tighter on this side, so I need the blocks even higher. See what's here for you. Activate your legs. Really root down through the bones of your legs and scissor your inner thighs towards each other. So scrub your right knee back, left knee forward, and feel that lift through your pelvis and pelvic floor. Couple more breaths here. You might start to soften your hips a little bit further forward. Now then the next time you exhale, start to find that little flow. Shift your hips back, lengthen your front leg. And inhale back into the lunge. Exhale to find that juicy hamstring stretch. Inhale forward. One more time, exhale back. Inhale forward. And now we'll stay. Exhale to come back into the hamstring stretch. Walk your hands right under your shoulders here. Wrap your outer right hip back as you reach your heart forward out over your right big toe. And breathe deeply here. Breathe into that stretch. It's a really juicy one for me. Feel free to exhale out your mouth if that helps you to release any tension or excess heat. Walk yourself forward into your lunge. Pop those books or blocks off if you're using them. And step your right foot back. Find hands and knees. Once again, your choice here. Maybe a child's pose or maybe some freestyle movement here to release. Maybe the legs need a little shake out. And then setting up again, tabletop position here. Tuck your toes. Start to shift your hips back towards your heels, and we'll find a downward facing dog from here. Lift your hips. Begin to lengthen your legs. Pedal your dog. So take your dog for a little walk here. Shifting weight side to side, bending one knee and then the other. We won't be here very long, just a little bit of a stretch out. And settle into stillness for 3 breaths here. Really press down and forward firmly through your hands and your arms to lengthen your inner arm lines and shift your weight back into your legs. Make your legs work more here. 2 more breaths. Lift and widen your sitting bones. Relax your head. Last breath. Lower your knees down to the mat. Untuck your toes. On an inhale breath, keep your right hand grounded. And inhale, reach your left arm up and open. Exhale, sweep that arm underneath the right. Inhale, press into the right hand, reach your left arm up, maybe look up. Exhale to thread the needle. Try that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep. Last time to open up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant that left hand, and we'll try the other side. Inhale, reach your right arm up, maybe look up. Exhale, sweep that arm across your mat. Press firmly into the rooted hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep. One more full round. Big breath in. Exhale, sweep. Last time to reach up, maybe look up. And exhale, plant that hand. Walk your feet towards each other. Tuck all 10 toes under. Everybody's favorite toe cracker. Come to sit back on your heels with all 10 toes tucked under. Sometimes the pinky toe wants to move off off to the side and get out of this one. So just make sure all 10 toes are tucked under there. And we'll find eagle arms today. Reach your arms out in front of you. Cross your left arm over your right. And then either give yourself a nice big hug, or if it's available today, you'll twist tie your forearms and either bring the backs of your hands or your palms to touch. Soften your shoulders. Find your breath here. Maybe close your eyes, soften your jaw. Lift your elbows and draw your forearms away from your face. Last 3 breaths here. Last 2. Last 1. And release. Give your arms a little shake out. Walk your hands forward, untuck your toes. Give your feet a little tap out on the mat. And then, yeah, you guessed it, round 2. Retuck your toes and come on up. If your toes have had enough, if you're like, no, I'm done with that, you can always untuck your toes and sit back on your heels, taking an ankle stretch. Otherwise, round 2 of the toe stretch. And we'll find eagle arms other way this time. So now right arm over left, either wrapping yourself up in a big hug or twist tying the arms. And then really work to relax the shoulders. Relax the space between your eyes, your jaw, neck. Squeeze your arms towards each other and draw your forearms away from your face. Deep breaths here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And release. Give your arms a little shake out. Find tabletop, untuck your toes. You might want to point and flex your feet a few times. You can circle your ankles and then tap out the toes, letting that go. Good. Come on down to seated. Find a cross-legged position and have your strap nearby. You won't need it right away, but have it nearby. You might choose to sit up on some support here. You could sit up on a block or a folded towel or pillow if you like that bit of elevation. Take note of which ankle is in front. We'll be switching sides at some point. Take a nice deep breath in, sit up tall. And as you exhale, let your right ear dip down towards your right shoulder. And feel free to close your eyes. You could stay just like this, enjoying this neck stretch. You might reach your opposite arm, your left arm out into space, out to the side. And just see how that changes the experience for you. If it's interesting, keep reaching. If not, you can always bring that hand back towards your lap. And bring the outstretched hand back to your lap. Start to turn your nose down towards your right shoulder. And maybe tuck your chin in a little bit more here. Find that lovely deep breath that we established at the very beginning of practice. And now really gently draw your chin down towards your chest and lift your head back up through center. We'll take that on the other side. Deep breath in to sit up tall. Really lift the top tips of your ears up towards the sky. And exhale to dip left ear towards left shoulder. And maybe closing your eyes. And perhaps you reach your right arm out to the side. We'll see how that feels for you. If your arm's reaching out, bring it back to your lap. And then slowly, carefully start to turn your nose down towards your left shoulder and tuck your chin in a little bit more here. And breathe into what you feel. And carefully draw your chin down towards your chest. Lift your head back up through center. Take an inhale. As you exhale, look out over your right shoulder. Inhale back through center. Exhale, look out over your left shoulder. Inhale back through center. Exhale, draw your chin down towards your chest. And stay here for a few breaths. If this feels like a nice moderate stretch for you, just stay just like this. If it feels like you'd like to stretch a little bit deeper today, you could interlace your hands and bring your hands onto the back of your skull, just the base of your skull. And please don't yank your head down, but you could just start to gently let the weight of your arms carry your chin a little bit closer towards your chest here. Last couple of breaths here. Last one. If your hands are interlaced at the back of your head, release them. Really gently lift your head back up. Roll your shoulders out a few times. Both directions. Nice. Notice which ankle's in front. Bring your legs out. Lean back in your hands. Step your feet a little wider than your hips and let your knees rock side to side a few times. Recross your legs with the opposite ankle in front. Bring your arms out towards the side. And then go ahead and turn your palms face up. And it's almost like you want to turn your bicep towards the wall behind you. So you're really drawing that upper arm bone back. Keep that action and then just flip your palms back towards the mat. And now press your fingers up towards the sky, or draw your fingers up towards the sky and press your palms away. This one takes my breath away. I feel an incredible stretch. Wow, it's amazing. All the way from my middle finger up through my wrists and the inner arm line into my shoulders. Maybe it's not as intense for you, I don't know, but we'll take 3 more breaths here. Last 2. Last 1. Ooh, yeah. Give your arms a little shake out. Here's where you'll want to have either your strap or whatever you're using as a strap. Bring it between your hands and hold it out in front and just see that your hands are wider than your shoulders. So you're making sort of a V shape with your arms. And you want to keep your arms straight here. So try not to bend your elbows as we move through this. You might notice that one arm stays straight easily and another arm bends. So just notice what your tendencies are, but you want to try and keep your arms straight. Take an inhale, really pull the strap apart as you reach it up overhead. Then exhale, just relax your shoulders, straighten the arms, pull the strap apart, take another breath in. As you exhale, start to reach the strap back behind you. It might stop at some point. You could widen your arms and see if you can let the strap come all the way down behind you. And inhale, keep pulling that strap nice and taut. Keep your arms straight. Exhale, arms come forward. This is shoulder flossing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back behind you. Keep pulling that strap nice and taut. Keep the arms straight. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale forward. If that's feeling pretty easy for you, you could try walking your hands a little bit closer together. If it's feeling like a lot, too much, widen your hands even more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way back behind you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. One more time here. Inhale, really pull the strap apart. Keep your arms nice and straight. Exhale, keep pulling the strap apart. And inhale, reach up. And exhale, all the way forward. Let the strap go. Move the strap off to the side. Pop any props that are on your mat off to the side so they're not in the way. And come to lie down on your back. Now, just like we started, come all the way down. And lengthen your spine here. So lift your seat, lift your hips. Sort of tuck your tailbone ever so slightly and then lay your low back down on the mat. And same with your head. So lift your head, tuck your chin slightly, and lower your head again. So a really nice long spine here. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. You can stay just like this, or you can reach down and interlace your hands around the back of the left thigh to draw it in. We're finding a nice hip stretch here. You could close your eyes. Come back to the 4 count breath. Inhale for 4, and exhale for 4. Take one more breath here. Carefully release and switch sides. Again, maybe you keep that bottom foot planted. That might be enough stretch sensation for you. Or you can reach down and interlace your hands on the back of the thigh, perhaps even across the shin. And keep your sitting bones heavy here. So rather than lifting your seat off the mat, let your pelvis be heavy. Draw the thigh in towards you as you poke that top knee, the left knee, away from you. And if there's a lot of tension here, resistance, maybe let the exhales come out your mouth as a way of letting go and releasing. Last couple of breaths on this side. And carefully release and cross the leg. Draw your knees in for a hug. Take a little rock side to side here. Find a nice gentle spinal twist. Again, arms come out to the side in a T-shaped position, or cactus arms if you don't quite have room, or perhaps you just like cactus arms more. Pop your hips just a little bit over to the left and allow your knees to fall down to the right. Wherever your head feels supported is great. So you might be looking away from your legs or straight up towards the sky, or even in the same direction as your legs is great too. See if you can let both shoulders rest on the mat here. And if they're not quite resting down, especially if that left shoulder is popping up, you might find that if you shift your whole shoulder girdle over in the same direction as your legs, that left shoulder will settle. Maybe you close your eyes here. Find that 4-count breath, complete yogic breath. Really filling up through your belly and your ribs and your chest as you inhale. And find empty. Perhaps even rest in the emptiness at the bottom of the breath for a count before inhaling again. Last 2 breaths on this side. If your head is turned away from center, draw your head back through center and then roll onto your back. Your choice here, you could take some windshield wiper motions with your legs, or maybe draw your knees in for a little hug just to reset. And the arms reach out, pop your hips a little bit towards the right, and let your knees fall towards the left. And feel free to adjust this twist in any way so that it feels most supportive, most nourishing for you. Enjoy your breath here. And let the earth just take your weight. There's no need to hold yourself up. Let every exhale carry effort and tension away. Last 2 breaths. Last one. Draw your head back through center, followed by your hips and your knees. Draw your knees in for a hug. Maybe take some of those windshield wiper motions. Make your way into Shavasana now, final rest. Set yourself up really well here. Separate your feet, your legs wider than your hips. And allow your arms to rest away from your body, palms face up.
Make any adjustments you need to here, even if they'd only bring you 5% more comfort. Really luxuriate in the ultimate comfort here. Be really picky. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Again, inhale fully. Exhale completely. One more, deepest breath yet. Fill all the way up to your collarbones. Take a little pause there at the top. Sip in just a little bit more breath. And let go. Ah.
Now very gradually start to deepen your breath. Take your time to feel for some life in your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles, maybe a gentle roll of your head side to side. Eventually, you might take a nice big full body stretch and enjoy a big yawn. Draw your knees in for a hug. Take a little rock across your low back and roll to one side. Keep your eyes very soft as you bring yourself up to a comfortable seat to close practice. You may wish to bring your hands to rest over your body or into prayer pose at heart center, whatever you feel connected to. And take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice any physical sensations, state of mind, any emotions present for you. Whatever is here, whatever is present for you, really welcome yourself exactly as you are, with the same compassion and non-judgmental quality you would offer a dear friend. Give yourself some space to just be. And offering a gentle bow here to close this gesture of gratitude. Just think of someone or something that you're really grateful for in this moment. The first thing that pops into your awareness. We offer the merits of this practice out to the benefit of all beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be at peace. May all beings awaken to their true nature. As you feel ready, blink your eyes open to lift your gaze. Thank you so much for sharing practice today. Namaste.